Hello and welcome to the Critically Clueless. I'm the Monk and today we are in the Empire of Sin, and this video is all about your gangsters, their perks, and how I feel you should build each different class in the game. We're going to go through every single class of gangster that there is in the game at the moment, and hopefully, you know, I can help you guys a little bit, show you how I'm playing my game. Maybe you guys can let me know in the comments down below how you're playing your own game. First off, we have my favourite, the hired gun. On tier 1, I would pick mark target. You place a mark on the target. Marked targets have their defences reduced by 25%. Marked target lasts for 3 turns, which is pretty good. I mean, the other option there is for a machine gun. I prefer to do my playthroughs with a rifle. Therefore, that's what I've picked. Tier 2. We have gone for strike and move. Killing a target grants you a free bonus move. Can only be triggered once per round. This effect is not triggered by abilities. This is actually really good. I'm all about, you know, shooting and moving. And again, of course, you have got run and gun. Once activated, you can perform a max move action and still move another action afterwards. Again, I really like this ability. I think it's really useful, and it just goes really well with the striker move as well. So that way you've got so much, you know, maneuverability with what you're doing. I just think it's really, really good idea. Tier 4 is an interesting one. So for me, I've picked sniper rifles. I think having, you know, snipers are so powerful, it's crazy. But return fire is also one that I have seen work. It seems to be a little bit bugged. Sometimes it doesn't work, you know, as well as it should, but having a good secondary weapon definitely helps that perk tick along. And finally, tier 5, we get no choice, but we do get gun 'em down. Fire a single shot at every enemy within target range, or until you run out of ammo. Again, I quite like this one. Obviously you have to do a lot of playthrough to actually unlock it, but it's a really good ability to actually have once you've unlocked it. And that is it, guys, for hired gun. If you would choose anything different, again, just let me know down in the comments, and yeah, it really helps everyone out. So let me know down in the comments if you do anything different at all. The trusty con artist. This guy is actually my underboss. I quite like him. He's a good little character. 100 HP. Okay, so builds for the con artist. So tier number 1, I pick knife throw. So basically, if you sometimes you can't get the shot off, especially early game, maybe you can't get the shot off, but maybe you can get this knife throw in. It has a pretty good, you know, ability to actually hit its target when you throw the knife. At any selected target, it does actually put bleed damage on as well. It doesn't say that in the write-up, but I personally have noticed that in my play, that you get the bleed damage. And again, I double up on it with the throwing axe. I don't like submachine guns in this game, and I just don't think those other perks there in tier 1 and tier 2 warrant, you know, even talking about really. Tier 3, double tap. Perform a melee attack using your secondary weapon. If the target is killed, double tap does not go on cooldown, meaning you can use it the next turn as well. The other one is Sucker Punch. It deals critical melee blow to the target. This attack has a 75% chance to knock out the target. That is also a very good option, guys. So, you know, have a think about, you know, what you would like to do for that. In tier 4, Poison Tipped Blade. Basically, you turn your first 2 perks into, you know, you add a poison effect. It's a really good one to have. If you're going to choose what I've picked, I would definitely go for the Poison Tipped Blade. Failing that, low profile is also another good option. Lastly, on tier 5, we get Kill Chain. Now, with my current boss right now, he has Kill Chain. It's an amazing perk. If you can get this with any character, it doesn't matter who it is, it's amazing. So maybe the con artists are the guys to go for long game, because having everyone on Kill Chain, well, it would make the game a little bit easy, wouldn't it? Next up, we have the Enforcer. So tier 1, Now, personally, I pick Suppressing Fire. You could go for Draw Fire. I personally don't like it, so I go for Suppressing Fire. On tier 2, I go for, obviously, the rifle training. Now, I've gone over this a million times. The rifles are very OP in this game. They're very, very strong. I prefer them over the machine guns. So, again, that is why I have picked rifle training. Tier 3, I've gone for Bull Rush. Charge the target character, knocking them back and dealing damage. Again, I quite like this one. It's really difficult because you can have Revenge, but Revenge doesn't really do a good enough deal of damage for me. So tier 3 on these characters, I really don't like any of them. But out of the 3 that there are, I would say Bull Rush is the better option. Anyway, tier 4, Slugger. That's what I picked. Your melee attack now have a 60% chance to cause knockout. Obviously, if you knock them down, it's really good. Obviously, pick the biggest heavily armored guy in the room, knock him out. The other option would be Shatter Impact. 100% chance to destroy a piece of the target's armor. But again, I've picked Slugger. That's the one I would go for. Tier 5, you get the Meat Hook. Grapple the targets with the metal hook and pull them towards you. Means you can get them out of cover. Means if you don't have a particularly, good shot on them, this will obviously help. That also help with getting them into the middle of the room, so that way everyone can actually have a go at shooting them. Next up, we have the Doctor. Now, these guys are extremely important, obviously depending on what boss you get. But for me, they are very, very important. Tier 1, I go for Heal. Heal yourself or an ally, restore 60 HP, which is quite a chunk. 60 HP is a good, piece of meds. I would definitely pick that over Kneecap. Tier 2, we have Lifeline. Any character within 4 meters of you will bleed out instead of dying. People can die in this game very easily, especially on boss difficulty. Having something like Lifeline is really good. I would definitely recommend it. And tier 3, I have gone for Melee. Melee? I do not know what I'm talking about. I've gone for Remedy. Heal the target for 30 HP and apply Remedy to the target. You restore 30 HP for 3 turns. If you ask me, any of these abilities that heal you for free, give you an extra ability to heal, is absolutely golden, and definitely use it. After that, I've got Malpractice. Increase the duration of any status effect you apply it to a target for 2 rounds. That actually boosts up Remedy, and obviously, therefore, it's really good, goes in hand. Lastly, you get Miracle Elixir. The target character temporarily gains 1 AP. And of course, 100 HP for 2 rounds. Again, very OP. If you can get to it, because this is endgame, I would recommend actually getting a Doctor right at the beginning of the game. Probably being my first hire personally, but that's just my opinion. Next up, we have the Enforcer. Now, I have got Bruno here. Now, you have to be a bit careful if you want to have Bruno, because one of the starting characters can affect your possibilities of getting him. He's one of the more badass characters in the game with 168 health points. But anyway, how I would set up an Enforcer. Well, I'd pick Suppressing Fire. Again, Suppressing Fire, out of the 2 options that are there, I just feel is the better option. For tier 2, I would pick the rifles again. Sorry to be boring, guys, but that is just what I'd pick. I would always pick rifles. If I can get a rifle on a character, I would pick rifles. Tier 3 would be Bull Rush. Now, Revenge is an option, again, like earlier before, but only if you have a very good melee weapon. If you don't, then I would just go with Bull Rush. Play it safe. Even if it's an ability you don't use, I don't know. Personally, I just feel that that's the one I would go for. Tier number 4, Slugger. Your melee attacks now have a 6% chance to cause knockout. Now, we've gone over this before. Of course, if you actually get the knockout, it's incredibly useful. Obviously, you definitely want to hit the biggest person in the room. And this character actually has meat hook as well, so you grapple your targets. Basically, if anyone's behind a corner, you can bring them towards you. This can be used really well. Now, Enforcers, they don't have the fanciest of perks, of course. Maybe they have the health buff, so that's where the trade-off is with them. And so that brings us to Demolitionists. Now, you can either choose to use them in your playthrough or not use them. But if you do use them, hopefully this guide will actually help you. Tier 1, I would pick Shrapnel Bomb. That is a great perk to have. Throw a Shrapnel Bomb at a target. The targets in the blast area get bleed, slow, and knockback. That's really good. You get a free bomb out of it as well. I can't grumble at that. Tier 2, I would pick Rifle Training again. Again, guys, I am sorry for being boring, but that is what I would pick. If you don't want to pick that, if you're not too fussed about rifles, then a very good one would be Explosive Ordnance Training. Use an explosives device on your first action will no longer end your turn, meaning it will only cost 1 AP, so you've got another AP to use. Tier 3, we have got Double Tap. Fire a shot at the target. If the shot hits, immediately fire a second shot at the same target. It's really good. Personally, Time Bomb doesn't work. By the time it actually goes off, everyone's moved out the area. So again, I wouldn't use it for that reason. Tier 4 is a tricky one for me. I would stay away from shotguns. But Hunkered Down is a really good option. Use the ability to hunker down now. Also reduces all damage done by explosives for 90%. But there again, Chain Reaction again is a really good one. You only get 5% chance to cause a chain reaction, but I do feel that Chain Reaction is, you know, I would probably pick that. Lastly, you get a Cluster Grenade. Throw a bomb that explodes into 3 smaller bombs. The cluster bomb travel at random directions, exploding on impact. Obviously, be really careful where you actually throw your cluster bomb, because it does hurt your own characters as well. But that's it, guys. That is a great perk to get on the 5th tier, to be honest with you. But that's it. That is all the professions in the game. I believe I've gone over every single one of them and the perks that I would choose. So if that has been useful to you guys, please hit that like button. Please subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out. We're so close to 800 subscribers now. It's crazy. You know, that's all because of your support, guys. So please keep it up. We really appreciate it. But if you've got any tips for me, or any tips for any of the viewers, you know, in this community, then please pop them down so everyone can, you know, enjoy and grow and find this game even easier. We've just actually had a patch for this game, and the exploit is currently still running. So I think what they've done is improve stability. They've also improved I think there was some saves were being corrupted, and you know, people weren't able to actually play their game because the save got corrupted and stuff like that. So they've improved that. They've improved some of the stability on the game as well. So anyway, guys, I've been a Monk. We've been a Critically Coolest, and guys, I will see you in the next video real soon. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll catch you later.